Вітайте з поверненням, це знову Sherlock Holmes, ми продовжуємо його проходження. Я просто отак поклікаю. Зазвичай це найлегший спосіб механіки прослуховування.
Did you hear another sight?
Узбережжя. Ходять кораблі, робота сирен, загубили товар.
I was being very stealthy, Sherlock, and you threw it all away. Come on, pull yourself together.
Did you hear another sailor's drowned on the beach?
Загубили товар. Гавань. Робота сирен. Поліція вже там. Бачив привидів. Заходять кораблі. На узбережжі біля кладовища знайшли потонулого моряка. Люди винуватять сирен, але це лише забобони. Чи ні? Потонулий моряк. Давай місце. Я не те роблю щось. Табор біженців. Де? Табір біженців. Нова справа. Пісня сирени. В таборі біженців продуктивність, звісно, просідає, я пірдові. Я так взагалі дістанусь туди, ні? Мені здається, що ні. Треба обов'язково через місточок пройти. Це обов'язкова умова. Хочеш чи ні, а проходь. Щось я загубився. Як я тут тоді минулого разу потрапив туди? Я йшов, бах, спустився, я вже там. А тепер я туди фіг зайду.
Does this poster truly claim that Cordona has a ghost?
Прав накидали просто, я пірдоль. Куди я вліз? Табір? Ні, це не табір, це п'янючий голландець. Як туди прийти? Це ось тут. Це прямо ось тут, ось тут. Але фіг я туди зайду, так.
Do you know anything about this? I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't help you.
Бляха. Я сюди фіг зайду, ну так от. Як ж? О, він десь поруч, судячи того, як просіло. Під низом. А я можу? Я не можу. Ось тут він. Я пірдолю, що відбувається. Дофіга NPC-шників просто вбивають гру. Опустись, Шерлок. Що з тобою робиться? Йомає. Я знайшов зачіп. Ну, ноги. Ну, ноги і що? Мені треба 3 знайти зачіп. Тільки ноги мені.
A man's footprint. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence.
Біда. Прийшов до цього вуйка потрендіти.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every city hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too.
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the islands, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the paper.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Капець. Ну він витворяє. Капець. Кажу, я шокований тим, що вони витворяють. Каже, будемо відправляти їх в море.
You still here?
Ага. Да.
Go bother someone else with this, son. Your problem, not mine. Go bother someone else with this, son.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
І все.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall lubberheads.
Не всім же папірці. Повнювати. Опа.
A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
На драбину ти не можеш.
We have seen some dark places in Cordona, but this
Ти десь пропустив. Пішов у річку чи що? Купився. Ну я тут більше не бачу зайчиків. Отже вони десь там, в іншому місці далі. Або треба... Або треба в покоях мислення. Ні, нема нічого.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. Someone was dragged against their will.
І ти мене не пустиш. Ти як, нормас? Що там цікаво?
No one deserves to end up in a place like this.
Так, а куди його тягнули, я так і не зрозумів. Що, у воду пішов ти? Мені у воду не можна йти. Він не вміє плавати і боїться води. Добре, давай візьмемо інше.
Are you able to help me? A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer. Help me, please. A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack. Our dead fella truly has had a day of misfortune.
Як? Вони всі однакові, та вони будуть всі однакові відповіді давати.
Is this familiar to you? A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Поліцейські мають всі однакові відповіді.
Back off.
Ах ти ба, який паскуд.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall lubberheads.
Ну пішли в лагучих попитаємо.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Murder! Beasts!
А ці не хочуть зі мною говорити. О!
Help me, please.
It's funny when someone like you asks someone like me for help.
Ти бач. Мені ніхто нічого не сказав. У них самих і запитати.
Excuse me, just one question. Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more. Is this familiar to you? A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
А в кого мені питати? Звідки мені? Звідки мені знати, в кого що питати?
Are you able to help me? A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Більше нікого нема в таборі. Нема більше кого питати.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Ха! Треба шукати по фотки, походу.
Are you able to help me? A solid question, sir.
Ага.
but I don't have the
В
answer.
них тупо
Time to
однакові.
check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Як ти одяг? Так. Тепер я під прикриттям.
Back off. Help me, please. Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
І бач.
May I ask for your assistance? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
А, тепер у них
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you
Про кого і
asking?
як.
About what and dressed as what?
Could you help me? Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others. Could you help me? Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and
Do you know
dressed
anything
as
about
what?
this? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Якщо він зараз ще так скаже, то я знаю що. Зникають поліцейські, дивись, тут його нема. І тут він немає. Верніть копа. Камон. А, все, копа нема. О, я всіх попитав.
Do you know anything about this? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this. Can I ask you a question? Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry.
Do you know
You
anything
should
about
know
this?
what you're doing.
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask.
О, ти. Він записує сюди. Має бути якийсь розумний вихід. Ташечку. Не знаю.
One of the others.
Я не знаю, яка тактика іншої, я хизди. Я вигадав. Треба до людей чіплятись.
Is this familiar to you?
You think your uniform allows you to do anything, but you're mistaken.
Are you able to help me?
Why don't you go ask your fellow coppers?
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
А як вдягнутись? У мене нема брудного одягу з собою. Буду моряк. Здоров. А, нема вже, капець. З'їли чувачка.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
Excuse me, just one question.
British soldiers are an insult to my people.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Британські солдати ганьба для мого народу. Поліцейський не підходить, британський солдат не підходить. А, отак. Я великий художник. Ну, чувак з них.
Is this familiar to you?
You and I are the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other.
А, ти.
But I don't know what you are talking about.
Треба в цього питати, але він зник кудись. Телепортувався.
Murder! Beasts!
Are you able to help me?
Do I look like a man who could help your kind?
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on
Я
purpose?
хизи, що тут робити насправді. Я в основній справі не зробив хімічного аналізу. Прикинь. 3 мінус 3. Їхали. 3. Два. Або зробити... А, мінус 3 треба. Є мінус 5. А в мене тільки бачу, одна комбінація є. А ось є. І бачу. Ну. Бачу як. Оп. Аналіз показав, що речовина у флаконі галюциноген, отриманий з грибів. Це мені дасть. Аж ніць. Я досі не знаю, що робити, в кого питати. Не знаю, чому б це мало якось працювати. Але щось у мене не працює так, як треба. І прогресу нема. Десь я щось пропустив. Три з 3. Три, 2 з 2.
Clearly a left handprint here.
О! Серйозно. Я справді його не дослідив, це місце.
A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Я думаю, що не так.
Someone bled profusely here. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
Поїхав. Що ти там? Хе-хе-хе. І мене починає, чому він не може ставити правильні запити? Ти бачиш, як злиться на мене. Човен, навряд.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
А він зайшов через цей. Отже, контрабанда йде, от він через контрабанду і зайшов.
Sealed shut.
Ні, не зайшов.
I doubt our man could get through these grates.
Тоді він заліз драбиною.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Тоді він просто зайшов. Зайшов через основні двері. І? Питать в тебе?
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? Huh. City Hall rubberheads.
Оу! Попався.
A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law
Прикинь, всі
enforcement officers.
правоохоронці одну
So
цигарку
there wasn't
смалять.
any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
А, ну погнали, що? Full picture. Файно сидиш. Є. Продавець морозивка. Та ні, не так було. Думаєш? Ні. Скоріше навпаки, він прийшов її вбити. Була втеча. Перечепився. А. І втопився. Ні. Має вдаритись. Але перед тим він має сюди зайти. А, ні, немає. В кінці він вмер. Щось не вистачає. А, ну точно. Ого, яка велика послідовність. А ну. А, підійшло з першого
So
разу.
we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates, he stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Де? Чуєте це його? Ну ви
Mr.
лохи.
Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think
Witness.
one small clerk can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
Поїхали. Здоров.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the
Excuse me,
answer.
just one question.
Sorry. We don't see much here.
Ти бач. Ти нічого не бачиш. О, ти бачив точно.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla, if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
I will be watching.
Hello, Nayla? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people?
Хей! І фотку забрали.
Christ, Sherlock. Nayla, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Nayla doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Максимальний Fidelity FX дає великі кадри. Так, праве. Давай, напокоїмо мислення. Ніла дівчина з фотографії. Наверняка був цікавий крест. Щось цього не підходить. Хотів вкрасти дівчину. У нього була можливість її вбити, але він не зробив цього. Збирався. Поплічник не просто крадій, а крадач людей. Високопосадовець. Угу. Питати. Кого будемо питати? В тебе.
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
В тебе. У вас.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Та ну йоперний театр. Треба в копію питати. А там ще 2 копи є. Пішли до них. Здоров.
Help me, please. Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more. Can I ask you a question? A solid question, sir, but I don't have the
Добре,
answer.
в сраку.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
І в кого це питати?
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Треба йти в ратушу і там питати. Банани це справді трава. Він повторюється. Ля. Фіга, він тут понаписував. Що це? Гарбак. Високопосадовці це ратуш. Але я ще не закінчив у таборі. О!
Can I ask you a question? I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't.
Murder! Beasts!
Help me, please.
Sorry, but I've never heard of it.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Там знову понаписував, так? Доту якусь. Ну добре. О, не та кнопка. Ой, камера. Ага, ось так.
Have you found anything helpful?
Його теж ніхто не знає.
May I ask you something?
I would never refuse a nobleman. But I know nothing, sir.
Are you able to help me?
I have nothing to hide, sir, but I've never heard of this.
Oh, I
Та
am
ну май
bored.
совість.
Call me when you find the answer.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'd tell you if I knew, but unfortunately, I don't.
Певно, треба в архіві шукати високопосадовець. Суб'єкт. Посадовці. Смерть. О! Томас Нортон народився 1840 року в Лондоні. У 1864 році закінчив Оксфордський університет, 69-го року почав працювати секретарем, 75-го обійняв посаду, 77-го з рук самої королеви отримав орден Лазні. 78-го призначений британським посланцем на кордоні. О. Тепер у мене є довідка про нього і що далі. Довідкою вже треба питати людей. Поїхали.
Can I ask you a question?
Sir, I don't know. Try asking someone else.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'd tell you if I knew, but unfortunately, I don't.
You obviously haven't thought this all
Are
through.
you able to help me?
You're just annoying these people.
I've
on
never heard of
purpose.
that.
А в кого мені питати? В тебе.
Have you found anything helpful?
Я не в тебе. В тебе?
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Не спав. Ага, орден забрав собі. Це, напевно, його власний. Ага. Чорнило, чи кров. Вона пляма вино. За взуття нічого не скаже. Прикинь. Ага. Дитина, не мав часу поголотись. Працює допізна, м'який одяг. А, посланець полюбляє вечірки, картає себе. В розпусті й напивається. Ну, давай скажемо, що він посланець. І чого в нього пика така? Добре.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came,
А,
I'll
це
call for
цей
someone
чувак і
here
є.
to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Хто ж вас шантажує оце, га?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Boniface Mercury, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
Допоможіть Нілі, допоможіть всім біженцям. Так, а Ніла теж біженка, допоможіть біженцям.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Допоможіть Нілі. А, добре, всім хай
Layla
допомагає.
deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
Ні, давай міркувати. Памць, памць. Поїхали. Садити його. Ну, не знаю. Я віддав би Фогелю, насправді. Та бляха, тут таке складне рішення. А йому хтось підсипав цей во. Отрутиш. Або він бреше. А, ну я ще з ним поговорити
Best
можу.
for these people.
Have you thought it all through?
Ні.
Not yet.
А в кого це питати, слухай? Я...
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
В сенсі немає що робити. У нас є ось питання ще. Ну, з іншого боку, біженцям би реально не завадило це діло. Але хто його втруїв? Насправді ще не все, глянь. Давай я ще зганяю в табір біженців. Кажу Нілі, ти згодна? На таке діло, бо це ж все ж таки... Все ж таки, серйозне питання. Пам'ять. А де той вхід? Точно не тут. Це ось тут. Теж ні. Це ось тут. А вночі мало б бути менше людей, але ви бачите, що Дуськи ніфіга не менше. Ніла мене більше не пустить, напевно, поговорити. Там же. А ти мені скаже дякую.
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry.
Це
We
коротше.
don't see much here.
Ну, насправді Шерлок би зробив би не так, як я хочу зробити, а взагалі не так. Але... Чому я не можу звідтіля телепортуватися? Але давай поможемо всім біженцям. А чувак буде далі гвалтувати. Ну капець. От таке двояке питання і не знаю, що робити. А так біженці будуть жити в поганих умовах. Ти будеш гвалтівник. О, йдемо тоді до художника. Бляха, але цікаво подивитися на іншу кінцівку. І давай, напевно, збережусь. Подивимося на цю кінцівку, а на іншу потім. Як? Це щось не те. Картинна галерея має бути. Караван-сарай. По-моєму, це те, але я хизи. Можу помилятись.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
А це він шантажував його, та? На.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
Крадій мертвий. Меркуріо мертвий.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
І крадій теж мертвий.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Ah, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
Я не знайшов картину.
Unfortunately, I could not locate the missing painting.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, such disappointing news. Not even a shred of information? The slightest lead?
I'm afraid the case has gone cold.
I suppose if you were unable to find it, no one else could. What a pity. Oh, but I can tell. You learned something else, didn't you?
Фотку знайшов.
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
І що це?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
І ти.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see.
Ні, я передумав дивитися інший варіант. Хоча чому, давай глянемо інший варіант. Але цей варіант реально шерлоківський. Йому чхати на всіх. Mission completed. Реально шерлоківська ця Але ми подивимося і на інший варіант, що мені. Година серії, а не проблема. Велика серія. Думайте, що це етер. Так от. Де тут кіт, братуш? На менчик налаштування графіки так швидко все провантажується. Здоров, бери фотку.
Have you thought it all?
No.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
І все. Так? Ага. І мене автоматично кинуло в галерею.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Аж цікаво.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes.
Мертвий. Нічого не міняється. Тоді мертвий, нічого не міняється.
I'm afraid the case...
Oh, but I can tell. You learned something else, didn't you? What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our
ще так він дає
outstanding matters,
подарунок.
I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to
не
Stonewood
цікаво.
Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Пока.
Thank you.
Добре. Я сподіваюся, він більше нікого не буде гвалтувати. Але дивись, з іншого боку, навіть якщо цей, то всі будуть, типу, знати, що її зґвалтували. Це теж, типу, не в плюс. Тому монета має дві сторони. Два кінця, хотів сказати. Монета має два боки. Викрутився. Коротше, хизи. Дякую, що дивились. Поки на цьому все. Всім до зустрічі і пока.